Hi everyone. This is Nam from Kaya Academy. This is my first live in Instagram. It's pretty special. In this video, I want to talk to you about different styles of yoga or types of yoga and what is the best style for you. So once you know what are the actual 4 styles, you'll be able to choose what best suits your needs and what will create the transformation that you're looking for when you look for practicing yoga. So how do I get to talk about this subject? It's because I have spent last 15 years learning yoga and 10 years teaching. I have a master's degree in yoga and I've also been a teacher for a very long time, lecturing in uni and teaching in TAFE and so on. So I have many years of teaching experience that I shifted to learning yoga in my own healing journey. I ended up doing my master's degree and then now I've been teaching for 10 years. Now I run Kaya Academy, where I transform women's life by helping them overcome things like chronic fatigue and chronic autoimmune conditions, burnout and depression and so on, through using yoga and meditation and many other modalities. But yoga and meditation is the main foundation on which I teach and coach people to create their transformation. So today I want to talk to you about different types or styles of yoga, because there's a lot of confusion. Everyone hears about yoga creating a lot of transformation, and then people go try yoga, and for some people it's like, yeah, I really like it, I dig this, and they continue. And for some people, they don't get it. They're like, no, it was fine, I got some stretching, but it didn't do much more than that. So I thought it'll be really useful to talk to you about this different styles of yoga. So the actual 4 types of yoga, there are only 4 types of yoga. So out of these 4 types, we have many branches or many names and many brands based on the teachers who got really popular and who were more established and well known, had their own schools of thoughts. But actually there's only 4 types of yoga. So there are 4 types of yoga. Number 1, the most popular, at least in the Western world, most popular is Hatha Yoga. So when you say Hatha Yoga, there is Hatha Yoga is the yoga that involves more, it focuses more on movement. Hatha means it's another name for sun. It's to create heat in the body, and through that getting in touch with your becoming one in your body. So yoga is to unify your mind, body and soul, right? In Hatha Yoga, you're trying to do that through movement. So movement in yoga is through asanas. So when you perform asanas in different styles, either you're stretching and holding, or you're going through a sequence, or doing a flow. So different, the way you're doing your asanas, different styles like vinyasa or yin and flow and so on has come, but everything originates from Hatha Yoga. So Hatha Yoga is the style of yoga that focuses more on asanas aspect of yoga. So they probably do a little bit of pranayama, the breathing exercise, or maybe 5 minutes of meditation. But most of the practice is focused on movement. And this might really be good for people who are oriented towards more active movement, who like to move a lot. So it might be, they might enjoy it. But I'll tell you, if people are used to doing a lot of movement and they come into yoga class, and there also they're focusing on movement more and creating heat more, the actual transformation is not happening that much. They need to slow down. So if you talk in yoga, Ayurveda, which is another traditional wisdom, which is all interlinked, yoga and Ayurveda is all interlinked. So it is a person who has more air energy in the body will want to move more, will enjoy physical exercise. They'll have more heat already and they enjoy creating more heat. But those but they actually need, they will not enjoy the slow type, but what they need is the slow style of yoga, because you need to do what doesn't come naturally to you, to embody, to bring more alignment into the body. So I hope that gives little bit of clarity on Hatha Yoga. So yin and all styles of yoga that involves moving comes under Hatha Yoga, and from Hatha Yoga you have different names. Next, we have the next branch of yoga is Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is through doing through service, where you're doing work and service from from your heart-centered way, with not from your ego. So in Karma Yoga, everything boils down to your intention for each of your action. So what is your intention for your action? Is it to get something in return, or you're doing it as an agent of the source or universe or God, whatever you call it? If you are putting yourself, if you're making yourself available as someone who is working on behalf of the source, that means you do your action without any attachment and you don't expect anything out of it. You do it from an intention of I'm here, I'm doing my duty, and God takes care of everything else. When you're able to think like this and bring this kind of, when you arrive with this kind of intention and mindset for most of your work through the day, it means you are practicing Karma Yoga. And this is something that's useful for all of us who live in the material world. Karma Yoga is something to bring this intention into our work, where we are opening ourselves to be supported by the universe, at the same time not getting too attached to the activity, where the anxiety and all that comes from expecting how the result is going to be for our action. So working on this mindset and doing this all kind of service comes under Karma Yoga. So this is the second style. The third style of yoga is Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is the yoga of devotion. When you chant or praise the universe or praise God, so you're through chanting and through praising, saying God's names and doing rituals. So whatever you're doing to bring in this attitude of surrender to the God or surrender to divinity, through chanting and saying names, through creating that devotion in your heart, it's called Bhakti Yoga. So prayers and chanting and all of that comes under Bhakti Yoga. So so with all of these styles, the end result we are wanting is to become one with the union, one with God, so to unify with the God. So God can be something we relate to outside us or something that's within us, because we are part of the universe. And by doing any of these or a combination of all of this, the intention is for us to align our mind, body and soul. The last one and the highest form of yoga, which is the ultimate purpose of yoga, is Raja Yoga. Raja Yoga is the yoga of meditation, is to create union through different styles of meditation. Any kind of meditation, if your yoga is based on meditation and preparing your body to meditate, doing breathing exercises, all the chakra system, where you're preparing your nervous system to expand your aura, to expand your energy, to to uplift your energy from the from at the bottom of your spine, to bring it up and to go up and down as and when you like, and to have total embodiment of your mind body through meditation. Different styles of meditation is Raja Yoga. So Kundalini Yoga comes under Raja Yoga, and I am a Kundalini teacher, yoga teacher. I've been teaching for 10 years. I have very long experience teaching this. I'm also a Hatha Yoga teacher, but I practice Kundalini Yoga and teach Kundalini Yoga for a long time now. So I hope this throws a little bit of light on the different styles of yoga, so you will have more clarity on what style that you really need. So the Raja Yoga deals with mindsets, patterns of thinking, breaking habits, limiting beliefs, and basically Kundalini Yoga, practicing Kundalini Yoga the way I teach, is to overcome all of the mental health problems that we have right now. It empowers you to be your own healer, instead of seeking therapy and asking other people to listen to and help us overcome our problems. If we learn about our mind, body and our nervous system and our chakras and how all of this works, we get empowered to up-level our life by ourselves. And that's what Raja Yoga is all about. People are scared of meditation, or they feel it's not for me, it's I don't get it, or all of that. If they are not if they're not able to meditate, they feel it's not for me. But all of us can meditate. It's just learning it the right way and preparing our body to do it. Meditation will transform your life like nothing else. So meditation is the highest form of yoga, and that is the actual intention of doing all other yogas, the karma yoga, the hatha yoga and bhakti yoga. Ultimate aim is to create that space of samadhi, which is the last goal of yoga, the last stage of yoga, where we feel one with the frequency of the universe. And that's what Raja Yoga is all about. And Kundalini Yoga is a part of is one style of Raja Yoga. Also, Vipassana meditation, as taught by Buddha, is a Raja Yoga. So there are many styles that come under this, but to wrap up, there's only 4 styles: Hatha Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga and Raja Yoga. So these are the 4 styles of yoga. Anything else just comes under these. I'll go more into detail of the different styles of yoga as we know it right now popularly, as to the origin of it, and how it became popular, and what is the pros and cons of each style in another video. So I hope you enjoyed this, and hi to everyone who is watching. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm hoping to do more lives. Have a good night, everyone. Bye now.
Amma,
How do I stop this?
Mama, could you see people popping up on your screen?